This week on Backyard Footy.
The exposure on TV from soccer is key for me. I remember as a young player, just looking at the TV, the guys that back in the days, just looking at them and try to mimic whatever they're doing. TV, soccer was everywhere, so that's what I think that when the states start like broadcasting more games and kids have access to that, it's gonna change because here you guys, every single kid will know how to throw a football or
shoot a basketball.
Yeah. And it's because they see it on TV.
Thank you.
You know?
Thank you.
So you take a football down to my country and give it to 10 kids. Probably 1 out of 10 will kind of know what to do with it. You know, but you give it a soccer ball, and 10 out of 10 they're gonna know. Oh, I know how to kick it at least.
Win respect. Win respect.
It's your host Hugh aka Superhuman. We're here live at the MLS headquarters for the 31st episode of Backyard Footy, where each episode I dive into the background, journeys, and experiences of professional athletes, former athletes, and anyone that's been involved with the game. I have a very, very special guest here. He's known as the GOAT here in Charlotte. 20 years experience, 13 years of playing here in Charlotte. Been all over the world from Colombia to here to the States. MVP finalist for the Eagles back then. And now here he is working with the new MLS team coming in 2021. So without further ado, I'm introducing you guys Jorge Herrera. What's up, my guy? How you been?
Hey.
Thanks for coming on the
Big
show.
boy.
So how's it been, man? How's it being here at the MLS staff? The new team coming at you?
It's been good. It's been a whole new learning experience for me. But so far loving it. It's every day is a new day to keep learning, not just from the other side of the game, you know. We always been in on the field, focusing on winning games, training hard, getting better on the field, but now seeing the game still, soccer, from other sides. It's a whole new different experience. Yeah, so far so good. Loving it.
So how did this opportunity kind of come up for you?
So it came up. My one a good friend that I play with, Dustin Swinehart. He was named the director of community engagement here for the MLS team, and at the beginning of the year he approached me and asked me, hey, what is the plan for this year? Are you playing or no? I have something that I want to share with you, and here I am.
I heard you're trying to play one more year this past season.
Yeah, so at the end of the season, I even though we have a rough season, long season, but I always, I wanted to play as much as I could, but it was very important for me as well for the past few years to make sure that it was gonna be an enjoyable experience, you know. So at the end of the year, I started like getting more involved in coaching, and I didn't know if it was when the time started going by. And then I have my conversations to try to play this year, and it didn't make a lot of sense on that end, and now big opportunity for me to keep going with life, with my family. It makes a lot of sense to take it and yeah,
I agree. How do you feel about this new MLS team coming next year?
I'm super excited. I mean, it has been talks about Charlotte MLS for years, but it always was started well, but it just kind of like diluted, like just went away, fade away. And now that that's happened, and being fortunate to be part of it since the beginning is a unique opportunity. And I'm very blessed and very humble to be called to help out with the whole thing.
And with your experience too, as you said, experience on the field, you're able to bring that now off the field. I mean, a lot of people don't necessarily have the background where they're playing 20 plus years experience on the field to transition to off the field. So you'll be able to provide knowledge that a lot of these guys don't really know themselves because they don't have the experience of playing like you. So I agree.
I mean, playing for over 20 years is a huge place. Let's put it that way. So yeah, hopefully all those experience, all those years, all those people that I get to know, and that's my goal. Put it in a good work and help the MLS as much as I can.
How have you guys as a staff been preparing for the MLS upcoming season?
So far, the team was the MLS is owned by the Tepper Sports and Entertainment, which they also have a side with the Panthers. They own the Panthers. They own the MLS. They have a live concerts.
Have you met Tepper?
I haven't.
You haven't met Tepper yet?
I haven't met him. Yeah. I run by his office, but never there. So soon. We will have a lot of events to meet him. So the whole organization, like the Tepper Sports Entertainment, oversees the Panthers MLS live concerts that they're gonna be doing at the stadium, and a real estate business side. So it's been a lot of overlapping working with the Panthers organization. So that part has been awesome as well, because I get to see a little bit of the football side and the people that work in marketing, ticketing, admin people. They're being very nice and very helpful and all the stuff. So, but honestly, from the MLS side of things, I believe it's like 6 or 7 people, like MLS staff right now. Yes. But it's a lot of working from the Panther side on the admin stuff and putting together everything.
What's your role specifically here within the organization?
So I work on the community engagement department. The director for that is Dustin Swinehart, aka Whitey. So I play with him back in the days, my first 3 years in the state, I was lucky to play with him and build a good relationship with him. So he's the director, very involved with the community, know the community really well, and I am under him as a community engagement manager, which basically is supporting him in all the projects that we have. We have a really cool strategic plan to make sure the community is involved with the team, and at the end of the day, like the community, the Charlotte community is better because the MLS is in town, you know.
Right.
That's
What's your like day-to-day task? What is you have you doing daily?
So far, we're meeting a lot of people. It is very important for the team, for our department, the community engagement, to invest the time to meet with people and create relationships. So far, I've been meeting with a lot of people from different communities in town. Obviously, mostly soccer-wise, because it's not that MLS is bringing soccer to Charlotte,
right?
You know,
right.
So we know the soccer has been in Charlotte for a while, but it's been a little like fragmented, like here, there, a lot of like, you know, apart.
Right.
So the idea is with the MLS have a bigger. I don't even know how to explain it, but a bigger umbrella that we all can come together and support the team and like just be a bridge for all those pockets in soccer to get together and just go in a different in the same goal.
Kind of bringing all the clubs and academies.
Correct.
And all those things
That's the plan, and we have programs that we're gonna hit. Schools like Title
nice.
1 schools and CMS. With 21, we want to use the 21. We have a 21 initiative is the title, and we have an initiative on the schools. So the idea is to have 21 Title 1 schools with a after school program that it will be soccer and reading. So, and they will have that program for 25 kids on each school for free.
Wow.
So we're working on that. It's not like we invent that.
Right.
They're already going on in the city.
Gotcha.
So it's more like supporting and empowering those fellas that are already doing it. Just be a good supporter and be a good partner with them. That's one of our initiatives, as well as pick 21 neighborhoods to put mini pitches, soccer mini pitches.
Wow, that's
a soccer court. It will be like a basketball, soccer size, basketball size court, but soccer wise, and not just bringing those nice pitches to the neighborhoods, but put them with a coach. Have a coach going twice a week and giving the kids and the community the chance to be coached, to be a part of a team, and with the hope to create a league on those 21 sites. And just it's very important. 3 of our like our core values are unity, access, and impact. Unity, all soccer together in the city. Access to those communities that you know that it's not a secret, but if you don't have the resources, it's hard for you to get the involved in teams, you know. So, and the other one is impact, and impact is where the team and the community intercept. We want to create impact and not just for the first year or so, like a long-term impact for the community. It's very important for us.
I completely agree with all that move. For a while now, you know, you see NYCFC up in New York, how they have those courts out there, and they've been doing it well. But that's just the culture that's been needed. You see basketball courts everywhere, but you don't see soccer unless it's like a grass field pitches. But you can easily use the same basketball court, put goals underneath, and it just gives kids the access. I mean, I'm sure for you in Colombia and the rest of the world, you're not playing basketball or football. You just go to the field and play soccer.
Exactly.
But we don't have that access here per se, unless you have to get permission from the YMCA or certain places to touch the field or go to an actual practice field. But instead of just going with your friends and picking up a ball and go to a basketball court and play pickup, that's going to change the whole culture here in the city. So what do you think the impact of the new MLS team coming is going to have with the soccer culture here in Charlotte?
That's what we want to create the access, you know, access. We know like many times and all of the academies, they do scholarships and stuff like that, which is great. And a kid, he could get a scholarship. He's a good player. Any academy come, hey, you can play for free, you know. But then the problem is like parents can give them a ride, you know. So no transportation. So sometimes those good opportunities just can't happen because of that. So creating that kind of access to organize, and of course it's gonna be overseen by the MLS. And I mean, we want to identify talent in town as well. So I think that's a big asset that we have right now. And honestly, the team is very focused on the community. It's a statement that was made since the first day, and we're working hard on that.
Because there's a big soccer culture here, big Spanish culture here as well. You see when Mexico comes here and all these different international games come, like people really enjoy soccer here. So I really think it's going to be a good impact. And I'm glad you guys are focused on the community, because it starts there, it starts with the youth, and then eventually it's going to work its way into the system. So.
Yeah, I know.
So you've had a very long journey and a long career. Kind of tell us your story and how you got here and how you.
Oh, that's interesting. So I started playing professionally back in 1999.
Wow. I'm 7 years old.
I know, we were like when I share with guys in the locker room about 1999, they were like, hold on. This guy was not even born when you start playing professional.
Like Zion last year, Isaac last year, Mark Hill last year, Curtis. They weren't even alive yet.
So I finished high school in 1998 and I started playing professional in Colombia. So
who'd you play for to start?
To start, it was an academy team called Fair Play.
Okay.
It's the club. They're still around. It's actually a cool story because we started like in 1995, like U15, and we have a really good group. And the guy who lead us, Silvano is his name, is Argentinian guy. So he started just kind of like keep the team going up and going up, and we get to the point like we play third division, like in the best division in the city. So then we go to the third division in Colombia, and he wanted to give us another more chance, so he put us to play in the second division, professional second division. Somehow we ended up with this group and some other guys playing in the second division in Colombia. That was 1999. So it was pretty cool. And then after that, the year after, I get to like one of the big teams in Bogota, Santa Fe. They have a second division team, and I start playing with them. So that's how I started my professional career in Santa Fe, in Colombia. Played there for Santa Fe 3-4 years. Then moved to Nacional. Went back and played a season with Quindío. All these are first division teams. Then get the chance to go to play in Argentina for Huracán, Argentina. They currently in first division. When I get to play with them, they were in second division. A big team, huge team. When I get there, a lot of fans and everything. Played there for a year. Get the chance to go to first division. Lost 2 finals. We were very young, but super talented team at that time. Went back to Colombia, played for Millonarios for a year and a half or so, and then is when I finished my contract with Millonarios that I didn't get a really good chance to a good team in first division. So kind of get a little upset on that, and I say, I have a friend here, Camilo, Coach Freehold. He said, you know, why you don't come to the States? He just finished his college career here playing soccer, and he said like, oh, I know my friend of my friend of my friend is like the goalkeeper friend of the coaching whatever at the Columbus Crew. So he said like, oh, we can like just go there, train for them for, I don't know, get a trial or something.
Right.
So that was 2007. So I booked a plane ticket, I booked a hotel coming from Colombia to Bradenton, where they do all
Florida,
and Florida. No English. Like not a word, no a word. So show up to train, missed the first day because I couldn't find the place. Went there, trained with them for a few days.
This is with Columbus Crew?
Columbus Crew.
Gotcha.
I don't remember the coach's name. Is it Siggy maybe? Siggy Smith?
Okay.
He was the coach at the time. I don't know. It was a long time ago. But it was no English. I didn't have my agent or anything. Just show up very randomly. I kind of knew that it was hard to work out, you know. But I get to train with them. Did good, but too hard.
Right.
And then I say another friend that from Colombia. He knew at that time the coach for the Silverbacks, Atlanta Silverbacks. Yeah. So he said, hey, come over here, let's try here. And I'm like, okay, let's do it. So I flew to Atlanta then, went to, like, at that time they don't even have the full team. It was like February, January, so they don't, like, they were off season. You remember back in the day, the season were no, like, all year round. It was they were shorter.
Very short.
So, pickup game and train with them, and he wanted me to sign and everything, and then he was like waiting for another international. So I'm like, okay, no worries. Ended up somehow with the Eagles, 2007. Coach Mark Stephens came here to Charlotte for another pickup game, and say, hey, I want you to do like start preseason with us, and I stay here preseason and. Here I am.
So he called you from Atlanta to come to the Eagles?
No, it was like it didn't work in Atlanta, so I stayed with my friend at that time. He was a assistant coach for Southern Wesleyan University. Okay. That's in South Carolina, near to Clemson. So I went to him, and somehow he had connections with the Eagles. Came here to Charlotte and started with them. Yeah.
How was it mentally? Leaving your family in Colombia and leaving everyone behind to come to the States?
It was at that point I was kind of bored out with the Colombian professional world a little bit, because I was playing for a good team, going to play anywhere, and the other coaches, hey Jorge, why you don't come to play with us? And I'm like, oh coach, I'm with this team, but so when I finished I thought, oh, I'm gonna call these guys that actually want me to go there, and I ended up like calling and just like, hey, I don't know, I'm not sure. I'm like, oh, come on.
Yeah.
You say something and then whatever.
Right, you know how it is.
So when I came here, it was my mindset was like, okay, I want to learn the language. I want to have a new experience. I had I believe it was the right mindset to just go and see what was going to happen.
And your family was supportive of you. They wanted you to go.
Yeah. It was at that time. It was by myself. I already went. I was living in Argentina for a while in a different city. So, So it was a decision, and I was kind of like just enjoying it, the day in day out at that time, just learning the language, the culture. It was a learning, and it wasn't like soccer specific thing.
Right.
If it wouldn't be soccer, I might be, I don't know where I ended up, because I could have another chances, but I just wanted to.
So when you came over from Colombia and Argentina to the States, what was the playing style? What was the differences in that for you? What were kind of some of the
So
things?
it was very different.
Right,
Technically, a Colombian player is very gifted.
right.
Like their technique, the possession oriented, especially 13 years ago. Very possession oriented. You will take care of the ball. Like in first division in Colombia was a lot of that. When I went to Argentina, the technically was good, but then the rhythm that they played, the hunger, the fight, the no losing thing, it was like another level.
Wow.
So it was super nice. I love playing Argentina.
Wow.
It was not the highest level at the time, but the level was. I will say that. I don't know if it's you will. I don't know if say like harder to play in second division than in first division. Just because I felt like in the second division they don't care who are you. They were for it, you know.
Right,
it was like a lot of stuff, like the dream of being in first division.
Right.
Like I don't care your background, I was gonna go for you.
Right.
On first division, the level is higher, but it's still that little respect to like your trajectory. No, they were like going for you.
Wow.
You there?
Wow.
So it was different. So when I came here, it was a totally different style. Like very direct, a lot of running. Athleticism was a main thing, you know. So it was good to see another kind of like soccer, more like direct playing and stuff like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Did you like that? Did you not like that? How was it for you adjusting to the style, more direct instead of playing?
You know what? That I was learning, and I was glad that I get to know some other different styles. That I'm gonna be honest. I get frustrated sometimes.
Right.
Because you might be wanted to get a little playing going,
That's what I'm
and
saying,
the guy just and I'm like
Right.
But you kind of get used to it, and also the Eagles at that time they tried to bring players that play the game a little bit more. So we have like another South American players there. It was very. A lot of diversity, I will say, from different countries.
Yeah.
That it was a different kind of team within the league.
Yeah.
Because then you're gonna go at the time you were going to play Wilmington at that time, and it was like very direct, just second balls like crazy. But
even when we played you guys, my rookie season, still the Eagles. Wusu Sakiri was there.
Yeah.
I believe Asante was there. Just a bunch of other different guys that were very from all foreign backgrounds, all different cultures.
Yeah.
So that really is interesting hearing it from you. But I saw that as an opponent going against you guys. I'm like, man, these guys are very diverse, and you guys just play ball.
Exactly. So that's what I said. Like, I was kind of lucky to hit with the Eagles because they always have that kind of like mixed culture. So it was good. It was good.
So for those who don't know, you play as a striker, the number 9. What kind of, why is your role so important on the field? Talk to us.
So it's I don't know if it was different the last 2 seasons for me, 3 seasons, because I supposed to be the number 9, but number 9 with my body size. So yeah, the last few seasons I was playing number 9, but it was kind of like all over there. But I mainly played like right wing or left wing or number 10 here in the States. Sorry. So I guess for how I was seeing the number 9 when I play it, it was more of trying to get busy the center backs, just being like, just have them move and being thinking on where's this guy, because I wanted to come and get the ball, and then number 10 will go and have my place. So remember that like 2-3 years ago when I started playing number 9 and Enzo was number 10. We had a lot of rotation, so it was hard for the other teams to figure that out, and we actually have a really good season. He got, I don't know how many goals he scores. I get to score some goals as well. So yeah, so number 9 for me. On my mind wasn't like the typical number 9 that is gonna hold the ball. It was more like finding those pockets and make and connect some plays.
That's something I noticed about you since I came into the league. You're always chilling off sides, and it's funny how you say you want us, the center backs, to be thinking like we're literally constantly worried over our shoulder. Where are you? Where's Jorge? Yeah, you're not a typical striker, and so it's harder for us to find a shorter guy sometimes. A guy who's smarter is not necessarily trying to battle you all the time, but using his brain to stay offside, so the line might drop deeper because we're worrying about you, or we're not paying too much to the ball because we're chipping him short. Like, all right, where's Jorge coming in? But your timing is also perfect too. Like your chemistry with Enzo, Alex, and a couple other midfielders, where you come from offside position, but then come onside and time it perfectly for a layoff. And I'm like, man, I'm pretty good at anticipating those balls and reading the game, but I almost could never read when you're coming to come late. Even in practices too, it get me frustrated sometimes. I'm good at stepping and anticipating. Then you just shoot out of nowhere for a perfectly timed layup when you're out of the situation. And one of the things that you're very good at that people sleep on you is your aerial ability in the air too. You've won, I can't even tell you how many goals you've won in the air, but you're winning a lot of goal kicks. You're winning good things in the air. It's not necessarily because you're just battling people. You use your brains where you're coming off sides, you're coming from behind, and winning it over a defender that way. And it's a lot of little things. I definitely commend you on that. I was going to ask you next, like, how were you able to adjust yourself as not a traditional number 9, as you said, as a smaller number 9, but how were you able to adjust yourself?
Yeah, it was just that part, like it becomes like the more that you play, like the more that you think about the game, and you like know a little bit like when you need to run, when you don't need to run. Probably coaches don't like that part sometimes, but I feel like embracing that place, it needed to be different, and that's why that's part of the game, It's different ways that you can play the game, and I try to play it with like just having people thinking as well and making decisions, and not just for me, but those movements will help our guys to get open and yeah, just that's how I approach it,
Gave you a long career because of it. So, what are some of your favorite moments as a pro? It doesn't have to really be in the USL, but could be in pro.
I remember like yesterday, like my very first goal in first division in Colombia. It was actually, I was playing for Santa Fe, big club, against Nacional, and it was in Medellin, so we were away. So that's a special moment because I came as a sub, or actually we play with 3 in the back. So our right winger, on the right there, he got injured and he couldn't keep going in the game. So I went into him. I was number 10 playing out top, but the coach said, "Hey, let's go over there."
Right.
And I was like, okay. When you are 19, you gotta go for it. 20, you gotta go for it. That was the chance to play. So I get in there. We were 1-0 down, and as a wing, I have the 3 center backs, and they were like, "Oh, you just go attack. Don't worry about here." So I was attacking. It was a ball that it was crossed from our striker crossed it, and I came from behind and just one touch score. And it was super nice, but it was super weird because it was the tie game, the tie goal, 1-1, and being away, it was like
that's true too.
Silence,
right?
Like this, like silence. So I was like, is the goal allowed?
Right.
Because nobody get excited, but 10 people, 11 people on the field.
Right.
So I was like, yeah, that was like different. Yeah, that was fun. My first goal and being away as well. It was playing Charleston was always nice. I love playing down there. It was fun. I get to play a lot against the Richmond, the kicker. So it was special as well.
Yeah.
Then lately, playing NCFC was good as well. Louisville, when we faced them.
Yeah.
Like teams that they tried to play was nice to play against them. So yeah, it was special here in the States.
I definitely agree with the teams that try to play to make it more intense. Like definitely those Louisville games, even when we played you out in Richmond, almost all. I don't even think in Richmond we actually won a game down here in Charlotte. We tied a good amount of times, but we could never get a victory over you guys. It was always a fight and a battle. Lee would be like sometimes just sit back because they're trying to play, and you guys would like keep the ball tremendously. So there's just no point of us pressing all the time because it's hot down here for us too. So like, you know what? We're just gonna park it and sit. Charlotte's good moving the ball. Yeah, those games are always fun.
Yeah.
So how can the American game keep growing soccer here in this country?
Honestly, the growth been like crazy. I just like
Yes.
back in like thinking about like the USL
Right.
8 years ago when they had the transition from they have the first division and then the second division, then they become like USL Pro.
Right.
I remember the first season of USL Pro, if I'm not wrong, it was like 8 teams.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was a handful
Eight or
of teams.
10, but
yeah.
not too many.
So you were playing the same team 4 times a season or so. From that stage to nowadays, that is like how many teams do we have like at USL? Like 36,
Yeah,
almost
close to it.
40.
Yeah.
Like 2 divisions, strong divisions.
Very true.
I mean, 16, 17 teams in this side, same amount on the other side.
Yeah.
The level of players as well coming
League
in. Then League One, and then the PD, the former PDL. I mean, it's growing like crazy. I'm still thinking like somehow they're gonna find a way to make promotion
They
and
do.
relegation.
They do.
I don't know how that's gonna happen with MLS and the leagues below, but from my experience playing on leagues that have that, it's like the level will
Exactly.
keep going up.
Exactly.
Yeah, and then the exposure on TV from soccer is key for me. I remember as a young player just looking at the TV, the guys that back in the days, just looking at them and try to mimic whatever they're doing.
Right.
TV, soccer was everywhere, so that's what I think, that when the States start like broadcasting more games and kids have access to that, it's gonna change, because here you guys, every single kid will know how to throw a football or
shoot a basketball. Yeah.
And it's because they see it on TV.
Thank you.
You know?
Thank you.
So you take a football down to my country and give it to 10 kids. Probably 1 out of 10 will kind of know what to do with it.
Right.
You know, but you give it a soccer ball and 10 out of 10 they're gonna know, I know how to kick it, at least, you know?
Right.
Same thing here.
Right.
You give a single kid, you give it a football, they know, like, it's perfect, like, and I'm like...
No, I completely agree. I was just talking to Enzo about that on one of my last episodes. He's like, soccer here in America, kids don't watch a lot of soccer.
Yeah.
And I was like, they don't even show it. That's kind of why I started this podcast. They don't even show it on ESPN. They don't even talk about the local MLS that we have domestically here in this country. They didn't even talk about preseason. They don't talk about this past weekend, MLS home opener weekend. You still don't even see highlights of that on ESPN.
Yeah.
So exactly what you're saying, if kids can't see on TV their idols and what they were trying to emulate,
Correct.
how can they even have any idea that soccer is actually an intriguing sport? How can they know what to do, who to emulate, what players I love?
Exactly.
Like, that's part of the problem that's been going on for decades, but I completely agree with that.
Yeah.
That needs to change.
I will say that it's getting better.
It is
It's
a
getting
little bit,
better
a little bit.
and better. But also we gotta kind of like understand that MLS is it started in 1994, 1995. So it's a 20. How much is that? 26.
This is the 25th.
Okay, 25 years. Do you know how long has been the leagues in Colombia? It's like like 80 years.
Yeah.
In Europe, 100 and something years.
Right,
Argentina,
right.
there's teams that are 100 and something years old. So they have a lot of background in that.
That is
but
true.
I think it's growing.
Yeah.
It's growing.
Yeah.
It's gonna get to the
start
point.
somewhere though, right? And it is
Correct,
somewhere,
and I
right?
think it's going in a good way.
I completely agree. So how do you plan on making an impact within the community, especially with your role now with the MLS?
So as I was sharing with you all the initiatives that we have, but personally it's just getting back and build those relationships, help from another position that I have. I'm planning on keep coaching at the academy, the FC Carolinas. Keep with my teams. It's important, and that's being connected. It's hard for me to be a part of something that has been your entire life, you know.
Right.
So finding the ways to still enjoying the game from a different perspective is that's what I'm working on, and having this chance with the MLS to go directly and start working on that side is super nice. I'm very blessed, honestly.
So going off that, you said you started your own club here, and your son plays for the club as well. What is kind of your goals with that? It's just a perfect outlet for you being involved with the community, but you have your own club team, and you even started this for years now before you even joined the MLS staff.
So it's not my own club. I helped start it. We have an owner, but we are very close, and people identify me a lot with the club. But it's nice. But it's kind of mine as well.
Yeah.
Somehow,
Yeah.
starting from the beginning,
Right.
we have some people that really help us to get it going. They're not with us right now, but I appreciate all their job or their work. And with the club, honestly, the main idea is to provide that access. That was the 2-3 years ago. That was to provide that access to soccer.
Yeah.
You know, trying to make it as affordable as possible.
Right.
To make the accessible to families that can afford the thousands of dollars
Right.
that cost to play in a good level.
Right.
So that's been and is still a big part of the club, and it's been fun. It's a learning process as well. We start from 0 kids and have 200 first year. So we kind of not growing too much right now, but kind of shrink a little, but making sure that we keep our goals.
You guys still have some good talent. I've been playing against you guys now for the past 2 seasons with the Charlotte Eagles. That's kind of how I knew about your own club, because everyone in the Eagles was like, oh, this is Jorge's club.
No, it's FC Carolina.
You guys have some good talent though still, so I understand what you're saying of bringing those guys up. I'm sure they're solid foundationally, so the same core can move together and just keep growing. So I respect you for that.
It's a lot. The fields are down south by Waxhaw, but they're very close to the Monroe area, where is a lot of talent over there. So we gotta do a better job on try to go and be an option for those families. But it's a work in progress. But I'm gonna bring a good friend of mine from Colombia that he's gonna help me. He's been working in Florida, so Coach Choco is gonna come soon, and he's gonna be a value asset for the club, and he's excited about it. So
will you be following the Independence this year? You come to a couple games?
Yeah, I would love to. I don't know. So this is the thing. I haven't hit the wall, the retirement wall. I've been so busy since we stopped, with coaching, and then I have a baby in December.
Nice.
Oliver is almost 3 months.
Right.
So it's been a busy time, and then I start here. So I told people I probably haven't had the time to realize, hey, you know that you're not playing anymore.
Right. I'm sure you can still come to practice and train with us still.
So, I would love to go to games, of course, and I have a bunch of friends in the team, so I'm gonna be following for sure. Right, cool. So, yeah.
See you on the training field too. I know you can still play and keep up.
I don't know about the training. I don't know. We'll see.
So you have some fan questions. First one from Lisa Carr. What was your most memorable moment in your career? Would you say it was that first goal you scored? Or?
Yeah, that was a nice one. I was lucky to. This is fun as well because we were playing with Santa Fe in Bogota. We were playing, and I get to score like a super nice goal, like outside the 25 yards away, cut it into the middle, hit it with my left, upper 90.
Wow.
Golazo, 1-0, we won the game, everything. And I was on the showers, and then people started coming, hey, you gotta go out to talk to the media. Yeah, you just scored the 50,000 goal of the Colombian league. Wow. And I'm like, 15,000 goal? Me? Wow.
Yeah, right.
So I was like, oh, nice. But then when the year passed, like, how lucky is for you to be like seriously. That milestone, whatever, being able to be there.
Right.
So that's another, and then from like the Independence last year, 2 years ago, when I get to do the bicycle.
Oh yeah.
That was awesome. That was very awesome.
We all
and
dream
then
about
actually another one that was a nice moment was like the Olympic goal that I scored in Pittsburgh.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, those are the dream goals.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And being able to accomplish those at the professional level, it's kind of like, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah. So Matt TW wants to know, have you had any role models, and if so, who are they, and why did you choose them?
One of my biggest role model was my dad, or is my dad still. Not many people know here in the States, but everywhere else they know in Colombia. He was a bullfighter.
Oh wow.
So he was a very, very well-known bullfighter in Colombia.
Yeah.
And he, bullfighting, soccer is, you have people around, you know? So I learned a lot from him on being in the spot, you know? Because performing for people is one thing that
essentially what we do too.
Yeah,
you know, we're entertainers on the field.
In different, correct. Yeah. So and for me, like the bullfighters, I was born and raised on that war, and I respect that so much. Like the guy who is risking his life every time that he's doing that is a lot of respect on that.
Seriously.
So I mean, my role model / idol, my dad.
Right.
You know, and on the soccer side, I always like back in the days, Valderrama, Higuita was a big, different kind of guy. So that's on the soccer side.
Valderrama, Colombian hero, I'm sure. So I agree.
So yeah. A little oldie for you guys. You might have to Google that. But
So Matt also wants to know, what do you hope people remember about your time as a pro?
I just honestly wanted to always be respect to the game. I learned that if you respect the game, but the way that you will train, that you discipline, that you conduct yourself. I always thought that if you do that right, that the game will give it back right to you. So I always respected the game, and hopefully it helps some young guys to know that the game goes really fast. It goes really quick, and one day you're gonna be like me now doing something else.
Right.
So just be respect to the game. That I would like the people to follow that.
And some other questions you'll also answer throughout this whole podcast. Vaughn, for example, wants to know how this opportunity came with the MLS team. We already touched base on that. So for those of you tuning into the show, listen to his questions. He's already answered
Go back a little.
So when you speak about, Matt also wants to know, when you speak about Charlotte and your passion for the community, and however, as someone who has lived and worked here for more than a decade, what is something that you want to change here in the city since you've been here for so long?
So now having the opportunity with work with the MLS, I would love to see all those soccer community in Charlotte coming together and push to the game, you know, to elevate the game. Not just, of course, you gotta take care of yourself and your organization, but at the end of the day, it's about soccer. Just coming together to be just one Charlotte soccer community. That will be like the ultimate goal.
I like that, especially with this new MLS team coming.
Yeah, it's a unique opportunity to, I don't know, it's a lot of like these between different soccer communities in town. So hopefully, I know it's probably ambitious, but
no, it's possible. You see it within other cities now. They're all their new MLS teams coming. As you're saying, a lot of tensions here with other clubs and people are bumping heads, but we want to have that united front here in the city.
Yeah,
push
it's the same game.
Exactly.
We all love the same.
Exactly. So lastly, Jack Jarvis wants to know what's your favorite food and why.
Favorite food? I love meat, asado, barbecue. Like, you know, I was lucky to live in Argentina for a year, and the meat over there was like great. I love all carne asada possible. I love it. I do like a good Italian food as well. So.
Jorge, I appreciate you coming on the show, my
man.
guy.
Good to see you.
So good to see you, bro. It's been forever now. Make sure you come out to the games and say what's up.
All the best on this project, and
thank you.
Whatever we can do from here to support each other, we're here for you, my friend.
You. Make sure you guys follow Jorge, see him in the new MLS environment, the new MLS staff. When you go to games, make sure you give him a shout out as well. Subscribe on YouTube so you can see the MLS headquarters, see us recording here live, and follow along. Thank you for listening. Backyard Footy is brought to you by the BGN network of podcasts. That's bgn.fm on the internet. You can also follow them on Twitter at bgn.fm. Thank you again for listening.
Life changing. Martinez floats one in. Herrera!